What's good, YouTube? Today we're going to talk about another market watch, and some crazy stuff has kind of been happening, but I would actually call this a buyer's market overall. I'm going to show you about that after some quick hype. Infernoid Devyaty just seems to have gotten bought out, and the lowest listed right now is 28. So if you want to go make some quick money, feel free to come and list yours lower, or if you're holding on for lawn mowing Infernoids, completely understandable. Maybe it's not the time to get rid of. Remember, this has not had a reprint, so it's kind of similar to the monolith situation, where you actually might be playing multiple of these. So I don't know if you want to hold on to yours, but this is a lot for an ultra rare of a deck that may not be the top deck, although it has proven itself to be able to swim in the waters with the sharks. I don't know, 28 is a lot for this card. And we come over to eBay, and we actually see that it's 25 lowest as well. So the buyout is real here. We had seen it jump to 12 to 15, and that was surprising before. Now it's almost doubled, as we're actually nearing the deck's release, where lawn mowing will be out, what, February 10th? It'll be legal for Seattle, and it could be a very surprising deck, as I think it's the ceiling is a little bit lower than Junishishi overall for what people are going to expect, because people have already learned this deck. So like, while it has a lot of plays, people have practiced them through and through, and lawn mowing is just going to give them more resources overall. Or the grass is tastier, you know. But I think we could really see it take a huge surprising effect over at the Seattle YCS coming up, where it'll be legal for just a week, and I could really see it. And if it envelops in hype, you may want to keep yours, but I cannot see it climbing any higher. I just can't. But I couldn't see it climbing higher than 15, and after seeing Monolith and this, it could be deserving, but it hasn't proven itself yet like Monolith. So this is just a huge surprise to start off this market watch. And the second one is, yeah, Avoid Imagination still climbing on TCG, but actually down 50 cents on eBay. It looks like the other guys haven't sold out. So I always stress and a lot to always check both. It's crazy that it's actually gone up even further on TCG, and yet it's gone down a little. 50%, you know, that's a 10% decrease, not the biggest. But it's just something to watch as Devyaty goes. And we'll get into another potential investment later. But Forbidden Chalice, so you see that $10 price point, no surprise. Oh, the lowest near mint is 30, and this is actually across the board. Last time I highlighted it, the lowest near mints everywhere were just so much lower, and we've got one auction going here. I think it's around limbs by how it's listed. It doesn't say first ed, but it's an auction. So there's only one buy it now, period, and it's an unlim, not a first ed for 30. I checked Amazon as well. 30 is the lowest there, because I check Amazon on cards like these, collector's cards, and this is deserved for a holo that's this old, the ultimate rare. Ultimates are just going up over time, as now the only ultimates are in the OP packs, and they're very, very far and few between. It's a very good card. A lot of Mermail players are out there, and Mermail players love hollowing out their deck. And Mermail holo cards are always worth a lot of money, so it makes sense. And I had stressed, you know, at 20, I don't know, 20 is a lot, but I think this card's really good. Well, it is really good. It's one of your only ways to beat over Dweller and get you out of a lot of situations and deal with Alkahest. So, well deserved in my opinion. $30. I don't know if the cap-in's there, if it could be 50 one day. It's an ultimate rare. It's very similar quick play, Book of Moonish kind of style. It's very interesting. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below on this one for sure. But I think it's deserved of 30. I don't know that it will go higher or should go higher, but I think it is deserved. It's going to be a card that you will always enjoy to look at and have if you're hollowing out stuff. And the final hype card, it's stabilized. It's actually stabilized. We see it at like almost 20 here, almost 20 there. And on eBay, we actually see a few lower again. So I call this a buyer's market, which also makes it a seller's market. If you're trying to sell, you are selling you. So everybody has their Christmas money, right? Or they've spent all their money on Christmas. But a lot of people, a lot of kids get their money in for Christmas and see what they want. So Sanctum, if you want to sell yours now, if you list it low, it will sell probably. And we see it actually higher over here with that tricky shipping kind of thing. I don't know. It's a Singapore event, but it's also very, very prevalent that players realize when they read cards what it will do for them. Scythe shuts down Junishishi when you go first. Having access to 3 of these and 3 scythes and being able to turn on your own scythe one way or another, definitely a way to stymie their entire deck strategy. And field wipes on top of this. You could do like main deck, you could play kaijus with artifacts in something. 2 different engines that work very well together. Activate Slumber. Set my Sanctum. What are you going to do as a follow-up? Nothing. Now, it works a bit different with the Wind Witches that actually abuse this, because they create a Crystal Wing that can't die, pretty much. I don't know, though. 2020 seems stable. Its reprint was 2015. We're entering 2017, 2 years. Ultra rare, that's always been very desired. I think we could see it stabilize down to 15 or stay where it's at. But like I said, this is a buyer's and seller's market. And after this final card, I will get more into that. But we see some more disparity. We actually see a TCG player beat the crap out of eBay on a collector's card here, / ABC card, and it does it consistently. Thrasher Falling, ABC, you know, people are kind of tired of it. They don't enjoy playing it as much, and they see the new decks on the horizon. So yes, the sellers are coming out. If you want to buy this, I would still hold off a little bit. But it's just something to note that it's falling, and rapidly so, in my opinion. Even though this looks slowly trending, on TCG Player, if you see a graph like this, it's going downhill. And the eBayers trying to hold on. So very interesting kind of duality. Usually we harp on TCG Player, but it looks like the sellers trying to get rid of it are trying to get rid of it. So let's talk about the buyer's market here. Magnet Reverse, remember, this spiked to 20. Elvis Vu used it in his deck when he won his side deck. And it's a very good card because it's not limited to Buster. It also grabs Infinity and other insane cards. So to see a Duelist Pack Super that is going to be, what, 8 per case total? At $4, I would kind of trade for these right now. I would definitely think that even though ABC is going downhill and a lot of players are trading it off, it's not just an ABC card. It's very easy to have this card broken. You just need a powerful extra deck, machine or rock type monster, because they cannot be normal summoned or set, period. It's something I would invest in because Duelist Pack Supers are far and few between compared to regular packs, and you should not associate the two at all. We see random old pack Supers that are like not in every pack from the packs that don't have a super in every pack just spike, like randomly. The BLS one that was 10 a while ago, I don't know its price now, but it's kind of like this, except this is even harder to get because it's Duelist Pack. And we see it actually higher on eBay again. So the buyer's market seems to be on TCG Player overall somewhat, but there's also things like you'll find the Sanctums cheaper on eBay. So I know I stress it, I know people get tired of me stressing it, check both. And continuing on my buyer's market. So this had spiked to $5 for a bit. It's gone back down. And $1.50 is what you can get them for right now before it quickly goes up. Only very few sellers at that. You want these. If you're playing Devyaty, you're playing a Nunku most likely. You want to have them now. Like, if the deck blows up and it blows up big like at Seattle, you want these. And it's insane to me that it's a 2. I would trade for them. If you don't have cash to invest, I would definitely start trading for these over and over and over. Like, I would just get a stockpile of them if I were actually thinking about a card to collect. It's definitely deserved of a $5 stamp, if not 8, especially if Devyaty is going. I understand the quantity is higher because it did receive its reprint, but we've seen many Mega Pack secrets go to 10 easily, like Shared Ride during Necros format. So do pay attention to this. And trade for it if you can. Another similar card that I would invest in is the hollowed out version of Seraph Knight. If people lost interest in ABC, shout outs to Adam Korn over here, Overdose Gaming, always with the lowest prices sometimes on a TCG Player that I see. But look at these, $8. Let's see how many you can buy for $8 near mint. And look at this graph. This is a card that will come back into prevalence. Brilliant Fusion, as long as it doesn't get hit, is going to have some relevance. $8. 6 for $8, $8, $8.50, 9. So like these 8, I would think about getting for myself if I was going to be spending on cardboard like that. It's definitely very, very interesting to see a DT card like Seraph Knight that bounced up to 25 plus, and the Super, if you remember, at one point bounced to 20 and stayed at plus 15 for a while. It's really interesting to just see it go there. Like, look, that's only $1.50 more than the Supers, guys. Like, not even $1.23. Like, that's ridiculous to me. So this is what I'm talking about, a buyer's market. You got to go over and see what you might think about. Like, yes, Brilliant Fusion is a candidate every single ban list, because if they print any broken light monster that you can resource from Grave, they'll have to hurt Brilliant. But this is insanity for me. Like, $8 on a card that easily could spike to $25 at any time. Trade. If you can trade for them, trade. But if you got the money, I would definitely consider those. That's crazy to me. And Kaiju Slumber, again, it spiked to $5. There were none under 5 for a little bit. $1.88, $2.50, $2.50, $2.75. It quickly goes up again. Very few listings that are low, and then it quickly goes up, and then a lot at 3. But the thing is, if you look at the OCG, what, like 30% of the decks were Zoodiac Kaijus. They're very susceptible to board wipes. I can't stress this enough. There's not much protecting them, and if you board wipe them and pop off on them, it's very, very good for you. So I definitely would invest in your Kaiju engine now. I looked at Gamma Seals. They're actually like $4.20. That may seem like not much off, but that's like, what, off of a $5 card? That's like 15, 18% off. Like, percents do matter. When you think about cards, always think about percents. And like I said, it's crazy to me. Like, oh man, did I lose it? There we are. Our other one, $1.88 also here, and then $1.90, and then it quickly goes up also. But not as quick actually over here. But like I said, as low as $3, but there's some shipping on that. I went and checked it earlier. I would definitely consider it now, though. Humongous. Let me actually double check this real quick, because it's always lower. $1.22 heavily played. Yeah, $1.75, about $2. That's what I thought it would be at. But yeah, let's get into our next potential investment. Gagaga Samurai, quickly rising to what people will pay $1 for. It enables OTKs. Just an overall very card. As you'll always see, people will try to get $2 plus on eBay. It just happens, but that's 3 of them. So 3 for $3.50, about $1 a piece. I don't know, guys. And then it's 3, and then 2 for 3. I guess you could snipe some deals on eBay right now. I would trade for them mostly, but yeah, people had speculated it was like a quarter, and they speculated it would be $1. It's already $1. Cards like this that people find out they should have typically go up very fast. So at $1, I might even trade for, like, you know, what's a $10 card? It's going to get you 10 of these. What if all 10 spike? Your profit's insane. And it's definitely like you got your whole crew if you've got these, and they didn't bother to do that, and they'll have to trade you for them, or you end up being the hero to lend them out. It just depends on what you're trying to do for your crew. But yeah, being useful to a crew is always awesome. But dollars, I still think I would get them. If you got them at quarters, kudos. You've already, you know, got a 4x on your money. And then we go into the final here. Oh, I did actually pull it up, Gamma Seal, because look at this. The Supers that were $15, you can get for $7.30. Everybody's like, no, it's not going to fall back down from 15. Gamma Seal has such utility. Guys, this is insane for me. Like, this is the buyer's market right now, as I'm saying. We're in a winter format. The competitive season slowed down. People need money because they spend it all on other people's Christmas gifts, that kind of stuff. What's the first thing to go? Usually they're Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And so, like, their hollowed out stuff, it's just going out. And the competitive season will pick back up in February to March. These are things I would trade for now. $8, $8.25. So actually, again, on the hollowed out stuff, it looks like TCG players been lower. So tell me your thoughts, guys. What would you pick up right now? Would you pick up DT Seraph Knights? Would you pick up Hollow Gamma Seals right now? And go ahead and make sure, like, look, this is not even double the price of a regular Gameciel. 445, light play. Actually, these are all light play, but we have near mint from Docs itself at 420, and then 450, and then 420 shipping included again. Or no, these are both 420. But you see what I'm saying? This is not even double, and it's the most hollowed out version. And people do love hollowing out their deck in competitive seasons. It's the competitive players that do this, and all the competitive players are kind of asleep right now, getting ready for the next season, and the next season's about to start. So are you going to be the duelists that are ready? Tell me what you think about these. Is there anything that you all know about that I didn't show off on this one? I mostly wanted to show this huge spike, but then once I saw stuff like Seraph Knight and Gameciel looking around, I decided I had to make this market watch kind of right away to show, yes, it is a buyer's market if you're looking for certain things. There's a lot of things actually to look around at and maybe trade for. Thanks for watching again, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below.